Oh, Hachi Machi and ahoy hoy there, Delco. We have a nice little throwback episode. We can't see it up there, Al.
Oh, you want it up there?
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. I like to stare at myself, man. I'm a very
Did you say throat back?
yeah. I'm a narcissist, man.
I'll put it up. Keep
Yeah,
going.
sometimes I need to see myself. So we have a spectacular episode tonight where we've had a handful of episodes recently where we've done written segments, written stories, written commentaries, and we didn't get to them. So we're going to be reliving them today, and we are not going to be alone. We have fresh from the maternity ward.
Just roll
Kerri
around.
has returned.
right out the door.
Yeah.
Is that number 2 for you?
It is.
I don't even
That's
think
cool.
we've cut the umbilical cord there, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Did you almost die this time?
They didn't let me almost die this time. It was
Oh, that's
kind of
nice of them.
anticlimactic. Yeah.
Was it the same place as you went last time?
It was.
2 different hospitals?
No. Same hospital.
Was it like less
Same
boring that they didn't let you die?
No, it was but it was slightly less boring. Yes.
Yeah, like next time,
But,
guys.
I'm okay with that.
It's not as spicy as it was last time.
Yeah.
It's my white boy taco.
Yeah. Little baby roulette.
No
over here.
chorizo for me. It's a little too ethnic.
Babies aren't exciting enough. We should
Yeah,
throw in a little
yeah.
near-death experience once in a while.
Look at exciting again. When they go to
How old's the
college.
oldest? 4?
4.
4, my lord.
I
Yes.
feel old.
And the youngest is what? 6 months?
4 months.
4 months, my lord.
Yeah.
How I always the other parent to one parent, how are they sleeping at night?
As
Not-
expected.
Not much.
It's it's
How close are their
We're up a lot.
birthdays?
3 weeks.
3 fucking weeks.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were
that's gonna
supposed to be.
suck.
The due date was the day before the oldest's birthday, so we got a little bit of a spread.
Okay.
How's the little how's the older one doing with the littlest one?
She's great. She wants to do more than she can, which is
She wants to hold
scary.
a kid
Oh,
and,
she wants to do
yeah.
everything. Yeah, she's.
I
she
wasn't
wants to
sure
do
there
She
was
wants to
gonna be
do
like,
its
It's
taxes.
pretty cute.
I wasn't sure if there was like a jealousy thing, like no,
Kind of,
my mommy.
but it's more cute than painful. For now.
That was the best compliment I got on Tinder once.
Yeah.
It's more cute than painful.
Well,
yeah,
I'm glad you kept that with you.
yeah.
I wrote it.
Dear Glory Holbrook, from
Yeah.
Glory Holbrook.
It's important to compliment yourself.
Well, how's the other child, Jeff, doing?
Oh, he's just great.
That's great.
He's also not getting any jealousy issues.
I feel like he is.
He's also not sleeping well.
2
So, yeah.
kids. Yeah.
No, you don't need children to not.
Yeah,
sleep
no.
well.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, that's
Sometimes
that's
just
not a reason.
sometimes vices will really suffice
Yeah,
for that.
that and being married alone will make me stay up late at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will. I'm a night stalker.
Me
We know.
too, but I
Yeah.
think for different reasons.
Yeah. No, I actually don't go out stalking. I meant stalking throughout my own house, Holbrook.
I'll stalk.
Yeah. I'll stalk for the best of them.
I'll stalk.
I'm glad you clarified.
Speaking of stalking, guys, this episode is brought to you by David R. Cherry at cherryinjurylaw.com. You ever get caught stalking? Get hurt at work, motor vehicle.
Ankle
person-
monitors are a recommendation, not
Yeah.
not a mandatory thing.
Call Dave Cherry directly at 610-565-0300. Go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Again, workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury, and criminal law. Call Dave Cherry at 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. If you don't have the nerve to go out stalking, you need a little liquid courage, you go to Dolan's Bar. That's right, 24 East Sellers Avenue in Ridley Park.
Boy, does it get my loins ready to stalk.
Nothing like paying PJ to get me old-fashioned stalking out there. Go to 24 East Sellers Avenue in the 19078 Ridley Park. Go to Dolan's
Curtains are only a speed bump.
Speaking of the new windows there, some curtains there. Dolansbar.com. Go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the Tickety Talk. Check it out. And if you're out stalking, you get a little peckish, go to fatcowjerky.com. That's right, fatcowjerky.com. Jalapeno garlic.
Protein helps me spy.
Jalapeno garlic, honey habanero. And my favorite, and everybody else's favorite, is pickle.
I love the pickle.
Everybody who doesn't, I'm clipping that note out. Go to fatcowjerky.com.
I'll stalk a pickle.
or follow them on Facebook and Instagram and get your pick on.
It's not about sex; it's about power, Al.
Yeah,
And protein.
Jesus Christ, I hate myself.
I believe that's going to be on your tombstone.
That was also my grinder profile. It's not about sex; it's about power. Glory hole over 420.
All right, do you want to start with? We'll kind of go back and forth.
Dude, just throw them. We literally just talked about fucking glory holes through doorknobs. Just put whatever the fuck you want up there. Jesus, glasses.
I'll read
Delco
it.
Live, I got it. This is, remember, these are maybe a couple weeks old.
Mhm.
The Philly Fire, a beep baseball team, which is for blind and vision impaired individuals, whose home field is Glen Olden Park, fittingly next to the Beep Beep Bridge, has won the World Championship.
Wait.
Yes, the World. Congrats and special shout out to their player Johnny Ma, who is a great multi-time contestant on our yearly Delco Jeopardy episodes. Delco against the world.
Woohoo.
And he's a comedian too. He's a pretty funny dude.
Dude, he's fucking glorious,
Yeah.
man. When he signed up for the first ever Delco Jeopardy, when a lot of people, talked a lot of game, but only a handful signed up. He showed up, man. He was vision impaired, and he's like, "There's not any visual cues." I'm like, "Don't fucking worry about it. We're good, man." And he was great. He was super funny. I did have the honor of going down and seeing a couple of beat baseball games at Glen Olden Park. Dude, it is fucking fascinating.
And it's physical as shit, man. Like it's not like
Intentionally?
they run
it
into
is.
because remember they're visually impaired,
Right.
and then they have to run to a beeping base, and they just plow through. They don't know where each other are at. Like
Right.
they'll plow through each
So
other.
maybe not quite intentionally.
So
but
the way to
still
describe it
vicious.
is like the way that like curling took off for like Winter Olympics. I think beat baseball would actually be more
Curling's
entertaining in the fucking Olympics than regular baseball. Sorry, it should definitely be in the Paralympics.
It's gotta be.
What it is like the bases are literally they're like inflatable, like man-sized 6 foot tall fucking beacons that go beep beep
Ew.
beep, and you hit the ball,
I see
which
what you mean.
also beeps. So let's just start with it. You throw the ball underhand or whatever, right? And it's got bright lights on and all that shit, and it literally goes beep 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 beep, whatever. You hear it coming in. You try to track it down, you hit it. A lot of balls don't go to the outfield. A lot are on the ground,
Okay.
and there's a spotter. Like there's a handful of spotters, and they're the ones who yell like quadrants. So the blind individuals will know like, oh, L1 means to my right up front.
So the spotters are
R2.
sighted.
What's up?
The spotters can see. They're
Yes,
sighted people.
and they tell
that might be difficult if they weren't.
Well,
Oh yeah,
might make it exciting.
and they shout out to like whatever. And it's not like you have to throw to first base forever. You just have to cover the ball or come up with a clean. So if it's in outfield, they go like center field, like CF fucking 2. That person's hearing it, looking for it. It keeps beeping on the ground. But the runner who hit it then has to run to first base. They know the direction of it, and that is also beeping a different pitch and like a different noise. And they just run into that shit fucking full fledged,
Sounds
like you're
really
running through a brick wall like the Kool-Aid Man. Second base, same fucking thing. Third base, whatever. It is fascinating. And the other cool thing is it makes fucking sense. They're all blind or vision impaired. So the couple games I saw of them at Glen Olden Park, it was like 8, 9, 10 o'clock starts. There's no lights on. You don't even fucking need it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't mean shit to the game.
And it's funny, like you talk about it being, should be in the Paralympics or something. Because what's the big thing that just happened recently?
It's the equivalent of curling. Like it's
Yeah.
just like an average person would watch one game of that and be like, "I'm fucking sold." Tell me every
Curling's
4
dope.
years when that shit's
Curling's
cool.
dope.
Curling is dope.
Curling's
But
excellent.
we had
But they won the world, Al. They didn't just win;
Could
they
we
won
do
the
beep
world.
Beep curling.
beep
Oh, my
beep
goodness.
curling.
Curling.
Now you're on to something.
Delco had a representation in the regular Olympics in Paris this year. We had
Sure did. It's Allison
yes,
Wilson, right?
yes, Allison Wilson.
Allison Wilson. She is a Swarthmore native, Strathaven graduate. Went to upstate New Jersey, not Monmouth. The other one, maybe it was Monmouth.
Rutgers.
No, I think it was
No.
Monmouth.
Monmouth.
She qualified for the 800 meters in the Olympics, which is like the long one. And it's a very specialized thing, and it's really cool. And a lot of runners, especially when they show them on TV and all that stuff, you see them and you're like, oh, what are they? 20, 21, 22, Monmouth University. Oh, cool. What is she? Allison Wilson's 28 years old. She just kept running like Forrest Gump. She just kept going.
running.
She was older than the pack. She's from Delco. She just kept doing it. She qualified. They did a whole they we'll get into it. But beforehand, they said no one was more shocked to make the Olympics than her. Essentially, like she was like, "Holy shit, this is like the greatest thing ever." She went. NBC, Peacock can eat my butthole because she ran at 1:15 in the afternoon the first time, and she went heat 6 of 6. They did heats 1 through 5, showed her for a nanosecond bending over tying her shoe, then went to, Rafael Nadal is fucking playing tennis over here, and also men's swimming is going on. I'm like, then why is it on these channels that say fucking women's track and field and you cut out and go to this shit to push your
Misogyny.
agenda? That's bullshit. Why have all these channels? So no one got to see her fucking race. Then we found out that she came in 4th. You need to be top 3 or whatever to move on.
Yeah.
That doesn't disqualify you. She was high enough as someone who didn't place that she goes to the redemption round, which is 5:28 in the morning the next fucking morning. So, like a responsible individual, who cares about the journalism integrity of this county? I stayed up drinking all night and was sitting there watching it on Peacock. And what do? Women's track and field. They cut it again
Bastards.
for more fucking tennis, Al.
The
Men's tennis.
God damn it.
And
So-
had to
so-
fucking look it up on goddamn Google afterwards.
So
They never gave her the time of the day. They promised us a video package and we never got it. They did say, oh my God, where did I say she was from? Wallingford. They
Oh,
did
no.
say Wallingford on NBC
Oh.
for 1 second, but that's all we got.
All right, number one, that's amazing. Especially, I didn't know she was that much older than most people in that competing in that sport right now.
She never gave up.
Can I ask, Kerri, since we haven't talked in a while, like your shit's given about the Olympics? Scale 1 to 4.
It's of 1 to 4.
Yeah, like 4 stars, 1 star.
I mean, 1. I don't think I watched more than 5 seconds of it, but I'll tell you, I'm never watching men's tennis again in the Olympics.
There's another sport I could care less
'Cause I
about.
didn't-
Is
yeah, I couldn't
I could care
about
less
it.
about tennis. Sorry,
could
you mean
care less
anybody's a
about
tennis fan
Yeah,
or
no, I wasn't going to
not
watch it anyway.
yeah, not that I would say I could do it or anything. I could care less about
Yeah,
tennis.
no, I wasn't super into the Olympics this year.
Never have been really.
No.
I worked at a tennis club for 4 years. Let me tell you something.
You look like it. You
I
look
think
like
the winner-
you look like the guy who screams, "I worked at a tennis club."
Is protesting tennis.
And we're going to continue to protest tennis because this is an abomination.
Yes. Tennis, I spited. Now it's dead to me. Now I can finally lose weight.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm doing it.
the reason
Olympics is a 10 out of 10 to me.
the only thing on the Olympics that I found interesting were the social media
Oh, yeah.
bits about it.
Oh, yeah.
But have you heard about the guy who lost pole vaulting
Sure did.
because of his
Sure did, Al.
huge French dick?
Sure did, Al.
What happened here?
Oh,
We'll play it again in a second. They can't
that
hear you
is
over the
sack
video.
and shaft.
We've all been there.
Have you, Kerri?
That is sack and
Is
shaft.
that pre-surgery,
We've all
Kerri?
been there.
I mean, me and Hope are going just jumping over
It
anything.
happens to the best of us.
I guess it would be more believable if you had a dick and it hit a pole vaulting than me and Holbrook actually pole vaulting with a
Oh,
dick.
Thanks.
It's true.
But we'll
Phil
play.
Kerri would have a hammer.
Yeah, we'll play it one more time.
Yo.
What happened here?
I want it to go like boing.
Yeah,
I
you
want
know,
sound effects. and all that.
Do you think he got a reflex erection?
I don't know.
What's a reflex erection?
It's when you just like touch makes it happen.
Oh. It's
I
not that it
mean,
was going to be
it's
something like
tou-
more
it-
exciting. It's like actually.
I mean, unless they had a rage
Sounds like-
boner. That's always like he was
Rage
in the,
boner's
he was in the
real thing,
moment,
yeah.
like he's rage boner, like.
Reflex erection is like if you just fucking rub it no matter
It's-
what.
that's
Whether it's
just-
your first
But
grade
that would
teacher.
be
It
post.
is what it sounds
Even if
like.
it's your first grade teacher, you're just be like, meh.
Yeah.
That would be post pole, not hitting the pole, or he just had a dick, like a big floppy dick.
It's just
What was that? South Park?
just exists.
Big floppy dicks, or
Wieners, floppy wieners, floppy wieners.
that was one of my favorite episodes.
He didn't
from it.
wear like whatever that shit's called that like the superheroes have to wear to
Listen.
tuck their
Cod
dicks
piece?
in.
the cod piece.
The ones that like tuck it in, so it's like you're
think-
smoother than a.
But you think that
groover.
would be something they would plan out?
If you let the drag queens into the conversations, they could probably teach you a thing or two about
Taping it
tucking
back.
and taping.
Tuck.
I'm saying these ladies have
Now
we have
there,
a lot to learn. From.
there's a question. Maybe the reason his dick got in the way is because the other people did have maybe a cod piece or cup on or something that
That is something.
fit back or just like tight.
Binding.
And maybe he's like, nah, I need to free ball this shit.
Binding.
Tape it up, man. I don't know. If you got a hammer like that, I wouldn't know.
Or conspiracy theory here.
Sarah.
This guy goes, listen, not that good. I'm good enough to make the Olympics, but not good enough to win any medals. So let my dick be famous for instead of me.
I feel like there's a lot of work that goes into becoming an Olympic athlete.
That'd be a lot to get
It's a
laid.
lot.
So Al, your theory is like the chick who sang the national anthem at the home run derby,
Oh, yeah,
where
she
it's
did
like
on purpose.
clearly
girl.
she did that on purpose
that
for the
poor girl.
publicity.
Yeah. And then she went into rehab afterwards.
Oh yeah, like
Uh,
yeah, my ass. It doesn't do anything. It just
Yeah, Falcon
trade
Center.
prices. Oh, you drank too much. Congrats. You're fucking now addicted to coffee and fucking cigarettes.
You ever suck dick for Coke?
I just think that dude's got a big old French fucking baguette,
Aw.
and it's straddled the 53rd parallel.
Do you think? Do you
I
think?
was thinking of a fucking World War II reference.
Do you think like the mom's like no, and the dad's like that's right. Let's watch it one more
I
time.
hope that
Let's-
mom is proud.
Let's see. Let's see what the
What happened here?
I don't know, man. Is it the suit or
the
the
reverberation of his crotch is
It's
spectacular.
really it's something.
is the
A sight
suit
to behold.
is the
It's
suit what causes it?
mesmerizing.
You think more, or do you think he just has a big?
Well, maybe
man?
that's your reflex boner. That's
Yeah,
what
I
they
think he has
called
a
it.
reflex
Maybe
erection.
it was the suit.
Maybe it was the suit.
Was
maybe,
that-
Maybe the suit was just a
maybe
good
the
suit.
rubbing, the friction of said suit.
Was it his first run? His first attempt?
I did not get that deep into it. I just saw his dick flopping and I moved on.
It could
That's all
be
I
a re-
needed to see, really, to get my.
There's a deep pun to be made there.
could-
When you like sit there, see me like breaking the film down like second by second. It's right there at the 13th millisecond that his dick struck the
the
pole.
first two were good, but now he's got a windsock type feature going on. It's not
Oh.
quite half mast, but it's caught up in the current.
Jesus. Well, speaking about reverberations and vibrations, here's a little post from the citizens of Clifton Heights. And I'm actually kind of living this moment right now.
Well, reflex erections?
No, well, the citizens of Clifton Heights, somebody posted, and it all starts.
Hmm.
Just got a call from my wife that the house is vibrating, and while her phone is sitting on the desk, it's shaking from the vibration. Yay to the homes on Wingcliff, which is where I grew up. Which I'm currently staying at with my
Pathetic.
parents because my house is being renovated right now. And
What
for
a
those,
flex.
yeah,
right.
Okay.
there's somebody trying to get laid right there.
You have shelter?
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Humble brag.
but for those who don't know, who are in the know, I guess, is that they are currently excavating Clifton Field, getting
You're gonna
prepared.
fight dinosaurs?
Yes, they're flattening the land out and getting it prepared for the new middle school.
Tyrannosaurus frauds.
Which was a big sticking point. So yes, I actually get to sit out, have my morning coffee, and watch the men
Get to look
work.
at trucks.
You drink
That's
coffee?
pretty cool.
I do now. I've learned that I do now
Why?
because I don't sleep, and it catches up
It's
with me in the
probably
middle of the day.
coffee, Al.
Yeah, it might be the coffee. Let's start with that.
Well, no, in the morning. I drink in the morning.
Eh.
Yeah, I don't
What
drink
the
it at
fuck's
night.
a morning?
Mm.
Yeah, it's the
When
thing
you're
that happens.
sad?
Is it the thing that happens before noon when you wake up home?
I'm not familiar with these AMs.
So yeah, apparently some of the complaints were the houses on the Springfield roadsides were dealing with rat problems. They put out
They gotta
something
go
saying
somewhere.
that you should put something heavy on all toilet seats on the first floor.
I have a name.
Shit. Oh,
Wait, put something heavy on the toilet seats
so
on the
that
first
something
floor?
doesn't come up
Like if you have like
the
a
pipes.
bathroom basement, a bathroom in the basement or something.
There's a new fear unlocked.
Oh, that happened to my sister. Sure,
They have teeth.
Yeah, this is news to me.
this happened to my sister about
A rat or a snake?
rat.
Came
No.
out of the toilet.
Rat,
God,
total
I
rat.
would never pee again.
Yeah, like she
never
went
pee
in.
again.
She went into the bathroom, flipped the seat up to and looked down and goes.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, it happened to my sister. I would say.
Who puts the toilet
Eh,
lid down?
You have to put the toilet lid down.
Well, thank God she did.
The lid?
Yes, you
Not
have
just
to
the
put lid-
butt
No,
part?
I've recently learned this. The
Okay.
lid is not for aesthetics. The lid is functional. It keeps particles in the
Oh,
bowl.
poop particles.
Any particles.
Oh,
really.
okay.
Were they at
PP
risk
and
of
poop.
fleeing from the toilet water?
They climb up the pipes.
The rats or the particles?
The poop particles.
Yeah. They
Well, think about it, Holbrook. When you poop, scientifically, I mean, things come out, right? Things shoot
Uh-huh.
out your butt.
Uh-huh.
And some of it's gaseous,
When
and there's
you
Yeah, but
particles
flush,
like,
in
what's
that
the
gas.
time period? Because they usually sit on the toilet for like
when you
25 minutes looking at
flush, it's
memes.
in the water,
It's
and
in the
the
water.
water is getting all stirred up when it goes down. There's particles. The
I mean,
lid is functional.
have you ever
Keeps all
shit in the
that
toilet and it smells like
So you're
shit? in your-
saying you got to close the lid before you flush?
That's what the internet tells
That's
me.
some fucking ass.
I have not looked into it.
And it
to the
also
lips from
keeps
the
rats
summit.
from
This could be big toilet lid
biting
just
your
coming
dick
in for
off.
me.
It is big toilet fucking coming
Yeah,
down on all
anyways.
this.
Yeah.
I would never use the bathroom again if I was just.
But yes, apparently they want you to
I'm more disturbed by
lids on
the
your trash
lid.
cans.
Well,
which,
you
yeah,
should have those anyway.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'm hungry.
But they put like this tubing. Oh, it's
The
cute.
big, the
Green
big,
roll.
Is this because the field mice are being chased off the field?
Well, with the construction,
It's
yeah,
a
it's
Disney movie about the thing.
yeah.
It's a thing.
So apparently, the Springfield Road side of Clifton Field, we're dealing with some rat problems. But they did say,
So their house is cheaper. Can I buy one?
well,
I mean, if their house is cheaper, could someone who's responsible with finances buy one?
so yes, probably right now would be your best because probably when they buy that school, everything's gonna
Oh, that's right.
shoot up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't schools need trees?
No.
No,
I
I
mean,
think that like a nice tree in a school would be like.
maybe a small tree.
No,
Maybe-
go on.
okay, so we didn't need
Where
any
are
of
you
those
going with
trees.
this? I agree
No.
with this.
You need any of those trees
primarily.
there to flatten all those.
It's
trees
really
out?
weird though. As a guy who grew up in Clifton, and
It's really weird. Going
Bonner's
there.
biggest flaw was its lack of trees.
You could have like one or two trees just
And
for,
the
like,
gay
shade and
sex.
aesthetics.
We had like 4 trees, and you walk in. trust
That's
me, ain't no
more
one
trees
walking
than they
through
have
those.
on
Yeah,
Springfield Road now.
that is true. Wait,
it looks very like city-esque when
Very
you
weird.
drive down Springfield Road towards.
What about the oxygen? These kids are gonna be stupid. They're not gonna get enough.
Oh, don't worry,
oxygen.
Clifton kids are already
It's all
stupid.
right. Yeah,
They're not even gonna learn about photosynthesis, Al.
there's no trees.
They learned about
This is photosynthesis shit. Fuck them.
they learned about excavation though.
Yeah, that's
Right. Trucks.
The lies.
I think the stone wall is I think the biggest.
What, the
loss
gay
there.
bar
It was
that led
just
to the
so-
whole
yes.
revolution?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we had that class together. Remember
We
that?
did.
We had a
yes,
class
yeah.
about the history of what was it?
the
American sexual past.
Yes, Lisa Rhodes. All right.
Going back to the Olympics, do you remember
Don't
our
know what she
final
said.
was? It was about a South African runner who was a lady, but she had balls,
Oh,
and she kept failing because she had testosterone. You know, from the
she
balls.
can't do the high
So
jump.
she was a hermaphrodite type situation.
She was intersex, is the
Oh.
phrase that they used.
Is
So-
that just another way of saying hermaphrodite, or is
She
that
Coming
actually
back to
So
different?
me.
she actually didn't know they were internal balls.
Oh,
Their balls that didn't. She had,
that's
like,
painful when your balls get
she
sucked
had
off
she
by
had
your
a
body.
punanner that I guess she did not utilize a lot, but they're
Like Jamie Lee Curtis?
Well,
But she kept failing, and I failed the test. I failed the exam
tell me why.
because it was called the American Sexual Past, right? Why the fuck are we learning about current South African problems?
Mm.
I'm sorry, I thought there was a thinking person.
Is that a
school.
problem? But I'm just saying, Kerri, you've never witnessed this or felt this, but when your balls get sucked back up in your body, it's a very uncomfortable
It
situation.
sounds unpleasant.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I would rather have that situation than a rat come up while I'm trying to take a pee, though.
Yeah.
I don't
That
care.
shit happens. It happens, especially on that first floor, that bottom floor toilet.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Mm-mm.
let's just kind of, since we still talking about the Olympics a little bit, mention it there. One of the most famous Olympians out of America, Simone Biles.
Sean Ryan from Havertown swimming for Ireland.
Yeah, no, Simone Biles.
Yeah.
She is a physical.
Al, what town or state? I will chug this beer. Is she from?
Houston, right?
No, I thought the same thing too. Were you thinking Destiny's Child with the whole three and all that stuff?
No.
She might have actually been born there, but she's not.
Well, isn't that
registered
why
out
she
there.
threw out the baseball at the Astros? Isn't she from like around Houston area?
From where? No.
We do have this thing called the intranet.
Go.
I am going to. I know where she's from, or what they bill her from. There's 2 that are out of the 5 that are on the U.S. team that are from the same town, and I know the answer. And I'm going to chug this beer because you guys think you're right.
You didn't ask me.
She's
Yes,
actually
Al.
27 years old too. She's not a youngster compared to the Olympics.
Yeah, no, but that wasn't her first Olympics. It was like her fucking like 4th.
So
Yeah.
born is different than hometown.
Was she born in Houston?
It says Columbus,
No.
Ohio on
Columbus, Ohio.
She's
Wikipedia.
from Vancouver, Washington.
Well,
right?
that's not what Wikipedia says.
Vancouver,
Wikipedia
Washington.
never lies.
No.
She said she was born in Columbus, Ohio. Hometown Texas Spring is what I'm saying.
Holy
Or
shit.
Spring,
Spring,
Oh, is
Texas.
that why she's smashing the one fucking Houston Jackson.
I bring that up because she's built like strong, like but
Like
she's
a
only
gymnast.
4'8".
Yeah.
that's
Well, usually
tiny.
gymnasts are very thin and flat. She's got
That's
like
a ballerina.
I don't know. I feel like they're not as defined as she is.
I think
Maybe.
she's just on.
Can I just say she has a butt?
Superhuman.
She has a butt for a
Sure.
gymnast. Like, I mean, she does have a butt.
It's disgusting. Yeah, she's a national fucking treasure. What would you
With
say?
a butt. You can't say a national.
Why don't we
National
have a
treasure
whole
can have
episode
a
about
butt.
how hot the Statue of Liberty is, Al?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know she's naked.
Betsy
under there,
Ross
right?
and them sweet fucking tits.
Well.
Like,
There's no debate there.
But
Martha Washington.
The-
I'd fucking eat the corn out of her butthole. Like, we're not. Al, she's a national treasure.
Rutledge. You know what I mean?
Rutledge.
Yeah, there's a whole thing. I just wanted to move. When I was in the midst of trying to move.
Mary Todd Thick Lincoln.
I one of the reasons I told my wife I wanted to move to Rutledge was because it was Lincoln's side piece.
It was literally Abraham Lincoln's underage side piece.
Yeah, I said that's one of the only reasons I want to move the 4 square blocks known as Rutledge. Which, by the way, is not Ridley. That is Strathaven School District. Did not know that.
That's Ridley, man.
Mm-mm. I checked because I was going to put a bid in the house. I looked at the school districts, and it was Strathaven.
They're
Maybe-
lying to you, man.
Maybe parts of it is, and for as small as it is, it's pretty
One of
ridiculous.
the blocks.
Yeah,
is Ridley.
2 of the blocks are Ridley.
Yeah.
It's like
What is it? Fucking Germany after World War II, where they all just chop up a couple blocks, dude. It's fucking 100 square feet, and it's all Ridley. Like Ridley police respond there. Like it's Ridley School District. I don't know this Strathaven nonsense.
But the one thing,
Home of Alyssa. Oh my god, I forgot her name. Wilson, the Olympic hero.
So the reason I bring this up is because one of the videos floating around is the first pitch she threw out at the Houston Astros game, where she did like a little somersault flip, whatever you call it,
Yeah.
and then threw
So
the
on
and then. But the best part of it is the hug with the catcher at the end, just to see how tiny she really is. Because I believe he's like 6'2", 6'3".
She's a Martín
Swallow.
Maldonado, that
Yeah.
fucking clown.
So here you go. I'm gonna play. You're not gonna hear anything, but. You see, the funniest part is, like when you watch a pitcher walk off a mound,
Yeah.
they look smaller than the catcher until they get
Yeah.
closer, and then they all kind of,
That's
it's because it's how close they are to the
that
screen.
doesn't happen here.
That
Or
didn't
it's
happen.
small,
She
man.
stayed that tiny. Like, she is a strong little girl, man. It is amazing.
Was that Kyle Tucker catching that?
I don't know.
It's not. It wasn't the catcher. It's just the ceremonial shit.
Yeah.
She's a tiny gal.
I'll tell you right now. But yeah, like it's pretty amazing.
It's Kyle Tucker. I will chug this beer.
Now this one I'm gonna play the audio for because this made the rounds because I believe this team dominated. I believe it was volleyball maybe, and
Now you're speaking my language.
the
Yeah.
girl did a interview at the end, which you'll know why.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I'm just gonna mute this for a second.
Okay.
When you're putting your mind to it, you know exactly what to do indoors. How was that for you?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, it was such a strong race. We were all running so fast, multiple running in the 50s, so I knew I had to go out fast. I had Lieke in front of me, so I wanted to be in front, and I could hear how brave she was behind me, so I was like, okay, this is good, now we keep going, and this crowd is so amazing.
She sounds like a Muppet.
I said we got beat by Mickey Mouse. That was the name. That was the tweet.
Not even speaking her native language. Imagine doing a Mickey Mouse impression in another language, man.
Yeah.
That's a rough one. That's a good interview.
Yeah, but it was just like you can't help not but giggle when you hear that interview.
I wish that they if she had done that and like her tag team partner or whatever was like afterwards like yeah, we really had Germany's number. Got them back for that whole Anne Frank shit.
Oh, God. Well,
Take that, you fascist fucks.
Oh, that's not right.
Sorry, the Olympics bring out the worst in me.
or one would argue maybe the best.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Oh my God. I was going to do Donald Duck, but I can't stop laughing. Oh yeah, no. Quack, quack, bring on the Fourth Reich. Quack, quack.
Shit. Is that your Donald Duck?
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
no.
Yeah, go back to Goofy,
It's
bro.
better than I had.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Another picture here from the Olympics. Philadelphia in a picture.
Ah, dude, it's Delco in a picture, dude.
Mhm.
Irish, fucking Italian, and American.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's literally just
Did the Irish really win
this.
gold
My
in this?
mom's
Because
house.
I feel like that's
I don't know what sport that is.
That's yeah, who knows?
who cares.
Was it the fucking what is it, men gymnast?
What's that one with the weird breakdancing? What is that? Is that called?
Breakdancing?
Is it
It's
really
just
called?
breakdancing. Maybe no.
Dude,
no,
it's
they haven't
terrible.
anymore.
Like, it doesn't even make sense.
I can just tell you from growing up and going to Irish bars over 5,000 times in my life,
Mhm.
the Irish are not winning a breakdancing
No, yeah,
competition.
I think so.
And the Italians aren't fucking placing third.
Yeah, like it's
Unless they just go out there and it's just all fucking hand signals.
Well,
hand stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
beatboxing and
Yeah.
stuff. Sounds like a Friday evening.
I do love the fucking Australian chick that just went out there and won it.
Yeah.
She met
Reagan.
all the criteria. I literally saw the rubric and I'm like, she fucking should deserve some points.
I think did she get one?
She got zero.
I
It was
was like,
literally
what
like
was it,
four
flat zero? I thought it was
consecutive,
one.
4 consecutive zeros.
It's impressive.
Exactly,
It's
right?
impressively bad.
And like people were like upset by it. I'm like, well, maybe like just putting it out there. We literally at one point, multiple points said, well, hockey isn't a sport. Baseball isn't a sport. Maybe breakdancing isn't a fucking sport.
Yeah.
It's an art, man. Like it's like, why don't we have graffiti as a fucking thing? Which actually, now that I say that out
Well,
loud,
I
kinda wanna
just
say it.
love
That
how
sounds pretty cool.
I love how breakdancing is an Olympic sport somehow.
One and done.
Baseball doesn't make it. American football is finally getting there, but it's flag football.
Flag football.
It's like, but breakdancing makes it. Like that's what I don't get.
I
Now,
don't have an argument.
I
for it.
agree with that. Okay, ahead, argue it away.
I don't have an
Oh,
argument.
you don't have
for
an
it. No.
But I have an
don't.
argument.
It's
That's
about how like we include all the X Games sports at one point.
yeah,
Oh, that's when the Olympics were interesting.
yeah, that
Right,
was,
and I like that.
actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I like that. But breakdance, you can't have art defined by a rubric.
That's
And
why the
graded.
winner's good. No.
And I'm sorry, then why don't you have cheerleading as an Olympic sport?
So I actually had a huge, very thorough, one of the smartest arguments I ever had the other day about this.
Okay.
All right, let me guess, you were drunk at Busty's.
Yeah, but it all no. I was drunk at a Green Day concert.
Oh, okay.
And
God,
it all
what were you
clicked.
doing at a
I
Green
started
Day
saying
concert? It was a Rancid
words and it
concert, too.
made sense. You can't have cheerleading as an Olympic sport. Follow me on this. There is literally only one country. I'll start with a multitude. It starts actually my smallest argument. There is only
His
one country
wiener.
that does it.
Mm-hmm.
There is only one country that does it. It's America. Go find any international sports. Go find Japan where they have like their baseball followers and shit. They do their vuvuzelas and bands. It's not cheerleading.
Vuvuzelas.
Go to fucking go to the South America. It's non-existent. Go to England with the Premier League and all that shit. That shit doesn't exist. They have hooligans.
Yeah.
The other problem is watch any fucking movie out there about cheerleading.
Bring it
Cheerleading
on.
is squads. It would mean that an entire squad would have to qualify straight up. You can't just bring in a tumbler that from this place. You can't bring in someone from this place and force them to learn a thing together. That's the whole thing about how like why American basketball, the USA basketball, can lose is because they're not working together throughout the year. That's why certain teams like Greece, teams like Serbia, it's like they do have a superstar, but the other four of them have played together all year. Cheerleading is a
You have to
full-fledged
choreograph
group.
it.
You have to you
Yeah.
can't have just one group qualify. It can't just be.
I
one
thought you were going to
fucking-
say because it's a competition that gets judged.
I just think it's too close to
Like,
gymnastics.
I mean, the other stuff isn't judged, right? You have to win. You have to be the fastest racer. You have to be the fastest swimmer.
Yes.
You have to be the highest
I
jumper.
guess breakdancing's judged.
That's my point. Like
Yes.
that. How is that a competition in the Olympics? Because it can be.
Breakdancing singular.
Like
Yeah,
one
but
person, you mean?
it's one person. But my point is, it's judged.
I know, and it shouldn't be.
That's what I'm saying. Anything
shouldn't be.
that's a judged-based sport
Oh,
should.
I make
be
the
in.
argument.
Gymnastics, then.
Well, no, there's technique to that
Yes.
they have to follow. I know. I see. I can see what you're saying. I'm not saying there's not technique to breakdancing, but
And figure
You
skating.
do it
who
right.
says
and figure
Kerri's
skating.
flips
Yeah.
any better than Holbrook's flip or something? You know what I mean?
Holbrook's
Like,
flips are definitely better than
I
mine.
mean, that's kind of
So that actually became a thing last Winter Olympics. Was one chick
winter
actually?
breakdancing.
No, they did
Oh.
winter skating. It was like the top two were highly contested.
Yes,
the chick who
ice
got
skating.
bronze was literally she went out there and did fucking nothing.
Just stayed upright.
So she did like her like
I could do that. No, I probably
they
couldn't.
do it by like scale of like like how challenging it is versus how well you completed it.
Mm.
And like everyone was like kind of a disaster for her. So her entire routine was literally just go out there and skate. And she's like, I did the bare minimum perfectly and got a fucking bronze. And people were mad about it. I'm like, then maybe it shouldn't be a fucking sport. Like,
Or in the Olympics, at least.
yes.
Now, I would agree that this should be an Olympic sport.
Yes. Yes, I'd watch that.
Dude, all day. And like the slow motion video part is the best part.
Yes.
Absolute best part.
Is that the Dana White thing that was banned for a little bit, but now they're
slap,
okay?
slap,
Yeah.
power slap, power slap.
Is
Jesus.
I got another
Jesus.
is the goal
man.
to slap well or be slapped well?
Oh, Patrick Mahomes
I-
again what he deserves.
You got popped.
one. I love watching.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Dude, it's like his whole jaw. Everything.
How in a
just-
world where we're talking about CTE, protective helmets, and all that shit,
Well, because
and banning moves and like certain things, are we okay in this league?
it's open fist.
That dude's head's worse than a lot of MMA fights with gloves.
And you're taking it.
Yeah.
You know, you're not defending it. You're not allowing it to. You know, you're right, but I mean that's just probably one of those things you got to sign off on. Like anything, any sport, right? I mean, they have bare knuckle boxing now. You seen that shit's crazy. There's a new one.
There shouldn't be. Let's just start with that.
There's
It
a-
exists, but there should.
There's a new one where they're bare knuckle boxing on top like of a container
Because
over the-
why not?
over
add
the
things
top
to it?
of like on over the top of a lake.
I love it.
Yeah, like that's the
I love
thing.
it.
Wipeout, but with
I love it.
With bare knuckle.
I
Yeah.
love it.
bare knuckle wipeout.
Hold on,
I love
I'm gonna
it.
pull it up if I can find it. But yeah, bare knuckle boxing. Let's see, on a container.
In the air over water. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I mean, make that Olympic sport. I mean, at this point. By the way, Olympic boxing.
Insane Russian fights, bare knuckle on a cargo container.
It's
Is this
the
the worst
time you
Russians,
know?
Al. That
It's
was gonna
It's
happen no matter what. It's probably over parking space. Like that's what happens.
No, it's
Russia.
over a lake in a container, and then they knock each other off.
In the container.
No, on the
On
container,
it.
on top of the container.
I love it.
But the best part is like within the first time somebody falls in, everybody gets wet, and then the thing's wet, and then it's like slippery now on
I
top
love
of
it.
it all.
I love it.
Oh, moister than an oyster.
I'm wet. I
yeah.
love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go to Russia. Let's take a walk.
Take a walk. All right, so
I love it.
you know, some people, you know, the dating scene's hard. I mean, none of us are single here. I mean, Holbrook, you have been dating for how long now?
I don't know. The
You have to-
labels
yeah,
are for cans.
Labels
Al.
for Cam. I mean, Kerri, you've been with Jeff for how long now?
Very long time.
Yes, and I've been with Dawn for my entire life. I was born and she hit on me. So, what, the
You guys have
shipping
been
container?
together since I was born.
Hmm?
You guys have been together since I was born.
No.
Oh well.
Well,
Oh well.
But-
Wow.
You guys
But
been together
some
since at least
people-
86.
some people really put themselves out there, Holbrook.
Yeah, this dude fucking hero, dude. Dave is single. This is
I
a billboard that is
love
up there in I think it's Port Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Dave is single. Want to go on a date with Dave? Message him on Instagram, date_Dave_Philly. Then it goes into
Can cook well.
Dave Fast Facts. Can cook well. Has normal hobbies. Owns a cat. Pictured. It is a cat. And bought a billboard. Well, man isn't a liar.
The one thing, the normal hobbies, I don't believe. You don't buy a
Well,
billboard. if
Paid
you're
for
not-
by friends,
Friends
of
of
Dave.
Dave.
I,
I
didn't
love that.
realize
That's my
that.
favorite
That's
part.
great.
What do you think his normal hobbies are?
Do you think Dave did that, or do you think Dave's friends did that as a joke? Because billboards, if you get the right one, aren't super expensive.
No. That one doesn't.
I mean,
look
that could be a
like
funny
particularly
joke, dude. Put
expensive.
your friend out on a billboard like that.
What do you think the cat's name is?
Yeah, you think you would put the cat on there?
I'm gonna say the cat's name.
Bilbo Baggins.
No, named after like what a hipster would think like a legit obscure artist is, but it isn't. Like the cat's name is like Coldplay or something,
Oh,
Uh,
I see.
or like
Green Day.
no. The cat's name is
Corey Taylor.
Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Bob-
Yeah.
This is a
Bob
little
Dole.
artist, little folk artist you probably never heard of. His name's Bob Dylan.
And speaking of the dating scene, always love when Kerri comes here because I find the females species fascinating. I don't understand it.
We're here for you.
The one biggest thing I don't understand is females' attraction to men. I don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't get it.
I think we're making it up.
I feel like you guys just need to do it for procreation.
I don't though.
Men, even what I guess women would consider good looking or pretty boys.
You can get whatever you want from a reflex erection.
Anything you want. Yeah, no.
I don't understand females liking men. I will never understand it, and that's fine. And you know, to each their own. There's a video I want to play that was number one. Do you think it was a fake one? Because so many of these videos and these reels are so hard to believe anymore.
Like
that they're
75%
staged.
are staged.
Yeah. So number one, do you believe it's staged or not? And I have two videos. The first one I'll kind of just give you. It's a guy dating online or kind of got catfish, but there's more of the story.
Okay.
Do you believe number one if it's real? And then we'll break it down further after I play the video.
Go for it.
Miss Novak?
Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
What are you doing?
I'm Katie.
What are you talking about? Did you catfish me?
Catfish.
Did you make a fake account? What do you mean you're Katie? What?
I'm sorry.
So I was texting you this whole time?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do that?
Kind of been acting crazy since the whole divorce with Tom. I don't...
Ew, Miss Novak, you asked me to send you pictures.
I know. I sent you some. I gave you some too.
Yeah, what, from fucking Google?
They weren't from Google. Those were real.
That was you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is just really weird for me. I'm not gonna lie.
David, everything has been real for me except for Katie's pictures.
Why didn't you just tell me that you liked me? What the fuck?
Because you and Chris are best friends. You cannot tell him. Please do not tell him.
How am I not gonna tell him that?
You know what? No. I'll stop messaging you.
Why would you do that?
What do you mean, why?
Why would we stop talking?
You want to continue this?
You shouldn't have got me going. It's your fault. Do I get to call you Sarah now?
Yes.
Chris's mom has got it going on.
I think a better way to celebrate would be body shots.
You have that little tattoo down there, huh?
Come over and find out.
Oh! Look, I'm not going to lie to you. Your cooking is terrible. Why do you think I was over all the time?
It's not only fake, it's poorly done. So that's number one.
Yeah, well, number one, they make T-shirts bigger than Smedium. Okay, can we just throw that out there?
I can't begin to start with how fake that is.
I don't know where to begin.
And it's like Kerri said,
They're the
it's
same
fucking
age.
not good. They're the same age.
She's
They're probably
not a friend's
together.
mom.
Like
It's probably really his wife. You think?
well, number one, why? Like, let's just start with the basics. Why would we have this video?
Why would we indeed?
Why would we have this video? The dialogue is so PG bullshit for people who have been texting back and forth.
What they're trying to make it look like they were doing some Tinder or whatever,
Yeah.
and she was sending a fake facial pictures of this Katie girl,
Right.
and then everything else was her, showing her boobies and whatever else. Number one is, if this was real, let's just take it for what it is. If she's as hot as she lets on it, and he thought she was as hot as she was, and he was going along with it, Chris saw naked pictures of his mom at one point during this, because he's taking screenshots to go, yo, check out this thirsty bitch here who's trying to get some of this roid rage cock over here. And he just showed his mom's twat to Chris. That happened. Can I just put that out
Well, you did. And now I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
there? Yeah, like, I don't know where to go with this. Like,
I don't like it.
oh yeah, dude, yeah, smash that. Let me know how it is, you know?
Oh, she looks so tight. I'd like to get up in there. Well, you were for 9 months.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Because that's what's happening. Because, like, that's actually more than anything else that tells me it was fake. Because that would make that video awesome at the end. He goes, oh shit, I showed some of those pictures to Chris.
Wow.
You know, like, I would have said that. Like,
Exactly. All the dialogue was too PG, including the omission of that. So,
you know, what really makes this better, though, Holbrook, is body shots.
yeah, right. My ass.
Yeah. It's body shots.
Yeah, that little tattoo there.
Why don't you come over and find out?
Somebody call Chris.
Chris.
Make sure he's okay.
I'm gonna go over there and get that pooter. Wow.
Yeah, Pluto. Goofy keeps getting more.
I could beat that like Poland. Sorry, I want to tirade about Walt Disney's fucking a Nazi today. So yeah. He is like it's actually like a fact.
Yeah.
You're just like, can you believe that shit about the? I don't know if you know about the wrongful death lawsuit.
Yeah.
The nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, can you believe Disney would do that? I'm like, he's a fucking Nazi. We live in a society where we try to cancel everyone, but we're like, oh, Chris Brown, he never did anything to Rihanna. Let's make him number one. We live in a society where it's just like, let's cancel everything, but it's like Walt Disney, fucking biggest conglomeration in the world. I'm like, the dude literally would have gotten a swastika tattoo if he didn't think that like tattoos
the Nazis were going to lose.
Offensive. Like, yeah.
So the other videos
Okay.
I see online was the ones where usually it's a girl who has like an OnlyFans or some sort of OnlyFans type website.
Never heard of it.
They put out like reels and TikToks of like this girl, like a girl talking about her man, and like she goes, well, it's because your man's not happy, and come click on my site. But this to me is one of the fakest ones, and it's ridiculous. This girl's trying too hard, so I'll play this one here for you.
You know it's
I please my man in every way. If he's at the dentist, I make him nut. If he's at J. Crew returning a sweater, he's nutting. If he's trying on another sweater, he's getting a nut. If he exchanged that old sweater for the new sweater, he's nutting. It's like trail mix because his day mostly contains nuts and his balls look like raisins. If he's at his aunt's funeral, he's getting 2 nuts. One at the open casket, one when they're lowering her into the grave. While he's nutting, I'm thinking about the next nut. I'm like a squirrel. I'm planting nuts all over this place. If he's at Target picking out curtains, I'm like, come on, babe, you're getting a nut. At the end of the day, I roll his up like a tube of toothpaste to make sure there's no nuts left. He's at our kid's parent-teacher conference, he's getting a nut. I'll make him nut while he's nutting. That's the secret. I make my man nut 27 times a day.
Would you want to nut 27 times a day, Holbrook? And I'll tell you the real answer is no.
No.
Yeah, that's a bold-faced lie if you say that.
I bet you thought about it, though.
I would say 3 times a day is more than enough. 27 times, just out of pure science, it's ridiculous.
She had nice hair.
What's she on a podcast for?
Anybody could be on a podcast. Any idiots could be on a podcast.
Once again, why are we seeing the video?
That's was trending on social media.
She sucks.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why she does.
We're at the 27 nuts.
Yeah, I mean,
20. Yeah.
First part. All right, let's break this down.
Nut by nut.
Nut by nut. Yes, the first 3, maybe the 4th, maybe 5 nuts could go quickly.
Okay.
But if you're nutting 27 times a day, by the 10th to 12th nut,
also
it's a lot of work. So now, if it's 27 times a day, we do a little math here. Say the first 5 nuts are 2 to 3 minutes long. That's 15 minutes of your day right there. Then after that, we're going to add a minute.
There's a refractory period,
Yeah.
Al, where you just run out of cum at some point,
Yes.
and you can't cum no more.
You have to go to work.
Yeah.
Does she go
But
to work?
that's
with
my
him?
point. Like, that's at least 2 hours a day of work.
Sometimes you run out of cum.
What does Pluto got to say about this one? Take that in, Frank.
It's time for the final solution.
Yeah, Frank.
Also, fun fact, just from someone who has done
Nutted 27
videos
times a
and
day.
nutted 27 times in a day.
All right, honestly, have you ever nutted 27 times in
No, I
one
know
day?
my record.
What's your record?
9.
That's pretty
I
good.
don't remember it.
And it was painful. Like
Well,
7 or 9 was formality.
Was
at
it
best.
all
ceremonial?
Was it all self-induced?
No, it was all with a significant other at the time.
One person or multiple people?
One person that time.
Kerri, what was the most that you female nutted in one day?
I don't.
And mine
wish
was
I
a
had
challenge
kept
because we were
track.
bored.
Oh.
Okay.
Like there was 2
That's
things
a
we
way
had to
to
go
kill
to that
an
you're gonna like. I'll just put it out there. You're going to a wedding that fucking sucks.
Yes.
Yes.
And then the after
Nut
party
all over the
fucking
place.
sucked, and you're still trapped in the hotel. It's like, oh, what can we do? And you get to a certain number. You wake up the next morning, like, oh, cool, we're still trapped at the sucky wedding. So throw a couple more in there. Like, oh, we're going for a personal record here. You got a cycle. You're missing the triple. And you're
Oh,
on second
wait,
base.
can I-
You might as well just try to run to third, right?
Can I ask a question? Does it count as a cycle for the 24 hours if you sleep in between for 8 hours?
24 hours.
You
is
just
24
said the
hours.
phrase 24 hours.
No, but I'm saying it's in one day.
I
mean, like, in my eyes, one day is from sleep to sleep.
All right, let's put that out there. It was 10 p.m. to fucking 3 p.m. the next day.
I feel if you have 8 hours of sleep, you have plenty of time to
There was
recharge.
not 8 hours of sleep. There was a lot of nutting.
Butt stuff. Yeah, I mean,
I'll allow it.
in my eyes, this girl has zero trust in her man, if this is true. I mean, first part is a joke. She was making jokes the whole time.
The pentameter of her voice and the escalated speech is clearly to a fit in this video.
Correct.
Yeah. And to be viral. Yeah, but after 8, it's work for both of you. It's work for the woman. It's work for the guy.
It's like one of those toy guns that just says bang at the end.
I
when
mean,
light
no,
comes
it'd be
out.
more like,
Yeah.
It's just dust.
yeah.
Sad.
I gotta tell you.
At one time, after 27, at 27 it would be blood.
The chafing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the friction.
Yeah.
After 5, the word ghost load comes into play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Where it's basically
Quality. I haven't heard ghost load in a while.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
It's like when the chick has to ask the dude, be like, "Did you get there?" And be like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Thanks again.
And also, it at that point, it loses all its vigor if you're getting it 27 times a day. I mean, honestly, if you're getting it 3 times a day every day, it might lose its vigor a little bit.
Yeah.
Would you imagine?
No, yeah, see, getting bored there.
Yeah, like
I mean,
it's a chore, right? If it's standard 3 times a day, just 3 times, like something more realistic, morning, noon, and night.
yeah, no,
It's
I'm
eating.
tired.
It's yeah, seriously, it's like eating your meals.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not saying I would hate it, but at the same time, I don't know if I would be looking forward to it as much.
I would hate it. I'm not a piece of meat there for.
Oh, I am. I'm a
Certainly not.
total
Certainly
piece of
not.
meat. Total piece of meat.
No,
Use me, abuse me. Like, I'm cool with that. Absolutely cool with
3 times a day, every day though.
that. No, not every day.
I'm a piece
I
of
wouldn't
meat.
mind
There's
having
a
it 3
limit.
times
There's
a
a
day here and there. Well, again,
Especially if the wedding sucks, Al. Like,
Especially if the wedding.
my God,
And
it
the
does
party
suck.
sucks.
Holbrook, I laugh, but I think we've all been to this, like,
the sucky wedding,
the
yeah.
overnight
I
wedding
can't wait to find out.
where
whose
it's just
wedding it
you
was.
and your significant other, and you're like, yeah, we're not going to the bar right now, or we're just going to have
What?
sex.
I can't wait to find out whose wedding it was.
Oh,
I
It was your wedding, Kerri.
No, it was not my wedding. It was not
we
my
were
time.
invited, and thank
No
you
one
for
was
that, by
invited
the
by
way,
me.
because
No
I
one
have
was
been
invited
to
by me.
over 25 weddings, and I know you've been to more.
Probably.
She's like,
You
I
were
don't
fucking-
need Holbrook's jizz
You were a
all over the
staple
place.
of weddings in the tri-state area for like 10 years.
If it wasn't a wedding, it was a wedding event, like a shower,
Which is too much.
a bachelorette.
I
I,
mean,
don't like that many people.
If it's
I
your
don't know how it
grandmother's
happened.
funeral,
Exactly.
she'll make sure you nut. If they're lowering the casket in, you're nutting.
The funeral nut is a necessity. I think it's.
Have you, all right, as a female,
Oh boy.
have you ever used the nut to help your significant other out of either, say,
Not a funeral.
no, not a
Jail.
funeral, but get out of a parking ticket. No, like they're having a bad day. Like, oh no, Jeff's having a bad day. I'm gonna make him nut.
Well, wouldn't anyone?
No, obviously not.
I got fired. My car got stolen.
Sorry about your shitty day.
It's fine.
Can you do it in your goofy voice now?
Don't throw it in your goofy voice.
Just because I'm tugging doesn't mean I'm loving.
We need that T-shirt.
Oh,
We need that
God.
T-shirt.
Make it.
Oh God.
Make it.
Because I'm talking doesn't mean I'm loving. Oh fuck. Oh God.
Now.
Oh, that makes good radio right there, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I mean, I guess the question is, you used it to. Have you ever used? All right, I got in trouble with the wifey one day, and I said,
Help.
I said,
Sorry, I'm thinking about goofy lines to get you out of it. I'm
What do you got?
thinking about.
You got well. What a woman.
I
Start there.
I said,
What a woman.
my wife wanted to go on a vacation or something. She wanted to play in this bigger one.
Surfs one.
Who let her out of the kitchen?
Surfs one.
Yeah. Or I forget what she wanted something.
What? She's making sandwiches abroad?
She wanted something, and I said, kind of jokingly but not jokingly, said, you know, why don't
I'll try to thumb blast.
I was like, if I was a girl, I would definitely try putting out and then dropping those big questions like, hey, I want that new diamond ring, or hey, I want to go on that cool vacation, or I want to buy a new car. Get me why I'm in
That's coercion, Al.
Is it? Because there is a thing about post nut clarity, so you have to
PNC.
Yeah,
it's a real thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I will never buy a car without jerking off first. The only reason I did it with a timeshare, nowhere to tug.
Yeah. Sorry, that's why I miss you.
I miss you. It's fun.
But you have.
Alan, what's the question? What do you want from her?
Have I used sex as leverage to get something I wanted to?
I mean, if I was a girl, I'd totally do it.
Why did she
I'm
come
not
with
saying
a
like,
diamond ring?
I feel like
I don't know. I'm just saying you want something that maybe he would say no to, possibly, and you want to just add a little extra emphasis on what you want.
I don't know. I buy my own vacations. I don't know, man. I don't think so.
I'm the sugar daddy.
I'll get for student loan payments.
I make my all right now. Now it might be onto something.
Dude, I suck a dick to get out of a student loan.
You might be onto something.
Yeah, I do it. There's a limit. I know there's a number. I suck a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
There's always a number.
Yeah.
And it's not as high as you think it is.
Health said that with just
such
fluid.
We've talked about this on the show.
It was discussing how low I would go back then because now I at least up my price by $150.
That's good.
There's an episode where someone's like, would you suck a dick for $1 million? I was like, I'd fucking do it for $20,000. And then it started getting into like, at this point, 1,200.
11.5. 11.5. Let's do this.
And that showed how not well I was doing because I would charge at least $13.50 right now.
Are you saying we should be charging?
What?
Are you saying we should be charging? Like there's a dollar amount?
Oh, you got to start
Just be
high
giving
and then
these
go
away
low.
now.
Yeah.
Well, it's unfortunately you would have to get together as the whole female race.
I think we could do it.
I mean, I think you could. If you did, you guys would probably rule the world like that.
We'll start tomorrow.
No, Al. If they started charging, the men would just undersell them, and I'd go full Walmart like I threatened to. All Walmart mouth jobs.
You can play $13.50 with Kerri, but Holbrook's got you for $13.50.
I got it. Yeah.
Gloria Holbrook.
Gloria Holbrook,
I'm a
420.
hardworking man.
Work hard for the money.
And like I said, just because I'm tugging doesn't mean I'm loving.
No, just to get a job done.
Write it down.
Speaking of not loving him, here's a video that went complete 180 on the internet.
This whole life is going 180.
Everything.
Here we go. Ready?
I was supposed to be a detective.
Love, they yell at each other all the time.
Oh, that's true. Ask him, he's been married for how long?
Over 20-something years.
Over 20.
Look at him though. He look mad. You don't look happy, brother. You don't look happy.
He's very happy.
Min Chow, a former TV show bailiff and current Harris County deputy charged with his wife's murder, now ordered not to attend her funeral. Renard Spivey appeared before a judge today. He's facing very specific rules for his bond. David Gonzalez.
Where's Harris County? I'll chug the spear.
California, right?
No.
Huh? I thought you said that.
It is where the most episodes of Cops are filmed. So
Florida.
No, it's Houston. It's Houston, Texas. It's Harris County, Texas.
Oh, you had it last time.
I did.
If you ever this is actually a thing that has happened in my life. If you're ever gambling on episodes of Cops, easiest bet.
Happens all the time.
You know how the Bad Boys, it comes on, and you go like, who's filmed in front of whatever. These are real people of law enforcement. You never gambled and be like, I guarantee I know what state it is.
Well, that's usually Florida or Mississippi.
No,
or
just throw out Harris County, dude. It started in Harris County, Texas, and like.
Oh, Cops actually started in Harris.
40% of episodes of Cops are in Harris County, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Which is Houston.
Okay.
There's your fucking fun fact of the day. Second fun fact, Twister is the first movie to be released on DVD.
I feel like I knew that.
The more because I preach
He
it.
says it all
is
the time.
literally
I
my
actually
mantra.
used that because somebody was throwing me like some patient I had the other day was throwing out like fun facts.
Snapple facts.
I said, did you know Twister's first movie on DVD?
And 40% of episodes of Cops
Did
are
they?
from Harris County, Texas.
They did not.
Well, now they do.
Yeah, I felt smart for a moment.
And it was like intentionally like filmed for DVDs. So like, I mean, it makes
Oh
sense.
yeah,
It's-
because that's
it's
when the high def
sound
stuff
and all
was
that
coming
shit,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. The THX, remember? Wow. Yeah. Dolby and THX and all that.
We've practiced that.
Yeah, it's a lot of mouth exercise.
I always told you
Or
he's the
singing.
throat king of Bonner.
Wow. What was his other nickname in high school?
Yeah.
What's the next video?
Did you ever wonder what happened if you took too many edibles on an airplane?
No.
Yeah.
You'll find out right now.
We're gonna get you a cup you want that?
Ow! My shoulder!
You want that cup of coffee?
No.
That's right. We're gonna help you get some.
How do I do it now? Slow. Just walk as fast as you go.
There we go.
You said potato. I said potato. Donald Trump 2024. Or Joe Biden. I don't mind. I'm the new generation. Everything was happening. It's not bad. Ow! My shoulder.
I love him.
Yeah.
I've been him.
I love him. I want to vote for him.
The Donald Trump 2024 or
Joe
vote for
Biden.
whoever.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind.
That's fucking spectacular. I actually don't get too fucked up when I fly.
Wow. How nice for you.
I know you get fucking doped up into zombie mode.
Yeah.
Can you? All right.
Then it's like
I'm-
teleporting though, because it's
True.
Holbrook, do you sleep on the plane?
I try to. Yeah.
I can't.
Can't sleep in public.
I've slept.
Yeah,
on,
I mean, I
on
can
the
fondle.
beach,
I'm
no.
very fondable. And I'm afraid some food's going to start
That's
fondling.
it.
me.
I'm a big fan of. I welcome reflex erections.
You could go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
In 4 years.
Trust me.
I was flying to Vegas and
don't throw me on
it was
that.
a later flight. We left Philadelphia around 9 o'clock at night. So I guess we got in there like dead in the morning, like in Vegas. And some large gentleman, like 3 rows behind me, just fell asleep. And then like it's sawing wood, just snoring up a storm. And everybody's like getting annoyed because they're trying to sleep on the plane. Then he finally stops, and everybody just like just collective.
Yeah.
He moved over. And about 30 seconds later, you just hear
Oh,
like this tiny fart. Then the whole plane just erupts, like laughing.
Well, farts are funny.
Yeah, farts are funny.
Farts are funny.
No,
What's worse,
I
a snoring guy or a crying baby?
My favorite thing is literally sleeping on a plane, and I can tell you, I've done it every time except for we flew to Vegas last month, and it was like okay. It wasn't great, but on the way back, my God, we did take Frontier, and like it's great. Frontier has to go out of their way to make it that miserable.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen a flight where it's a 6.5, 7 hour flight where it was capacity 200, 300 people, and every single one of them was staring at each other, watching the sun come up. We flew red eye. We flew from 11 p.m. in Vegas to 6:30 a.m. Philadelphia, and everyone was like, "Cool, we get a full night of sleep." Not one single person got to go to sleep and was making eye contact with each other. Like, are we just gonna fucking hijack this shit at this point? Like,
Don't
this
blink.
is
Don't
terrible.
Don't blink.
No, you just see everyone just like, I don't even know you, man. We're on the same page. Like, this is so terrible. Like, they had to, like, Airbus 320s. I had to look it up because I was that mad mid-flight. Airbus 320s are made by Airbus, right? So they come off an assembly line, and there's features that come with them when they order them. Frontier had to have gone out of their way and be like, make this the worst you can. Padding?
No.
Also, the bench seat, make it like the homeless thing and throw things in the middle so you can't even put like the fucking armrest down.
Yeah, and if your armrest is down, you try to sit down. Somehow it ends up your ass.
I've never
It's the
seen
worst.
Flown Frontier. I can't do it.
Like the average height of our flyers is 4'6". Like, you know, we just need that. No,
Simone Biles.
it's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah. And even Simone Biles would probably complain about.
Oh, she was
Frontier.
Oh, she was.
I just recently went to Pittsburgh. Of course, I flew the day they had that whole security patch that went wrong.
Oh, sure.
So I was flying U.S. Airways. Luckily, I didn't really have too much troubles with it. But can I just say, this day and age, young women especially, I've learned, are not into deodorizing.
Oh.
Is this like a new trend?
Summer is not the time to experiment.
especially on
like,
a tiny
natural deodorants and
pond hopper type plane
No.
that's flying from Philly to Pittsburgh.
It's not the time.
And like we're all sitting there, everybody was a little stressed out from the day.
Sure.
Probably had to move my terminal. Like my phone kept popping up every 5 minutes. Go to B12. Oh nope, head over to B7. Oh nope, head over to B32. Like you had
Forest bingo game.
yeah, like it just kept going on over. And then, unfortunately, they had to change the plane, which meant the plane was smaller. So of the 150 people originally on the flight, only about $120 of them could go on this flight. So about 30 people got kicked off.
And their vouchers.
I'm sure they got whatever of a deal. I mean, I almost thought about doing it if I got caught up because I could drive to Pittsburgh. I mean,
Right.
I just like to go because I have a friend out there. I'm like, I'm gonna go visit. I don't want to drive for 6 hours. I'd rather just get there in 45 minutes because literally it's a 45-minute flight.
Dude, that shit wows me. When I was flying back from Vegas, I worked. There was a lot of people who were out in Vegas the same time I did because the Grateful Dead and all that shit. So I worked with a chick, and her parents like pay for everything and all that shit. She went on a different airline, same time flight as me. I was like, my God, that was the worst flight back ever. How was yours? And she goes, oh, apparently this whole thing about how gas in airplanes or fuel in airplanes is different when it's a certain degree, and it was hot out there. So like they had to kick 15 people off the flight because of luggage and all that shit. And she's like, they started the bidding at $3,500.
Jesus.
And I was like, and they would
What in money or in
money,
like cash?
In cash.
Oh shit!
And I was like, and they give you a flight home, like next flight, and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, what? And she's like, no one took it. And they like set the mark. I'm like, I want to be on the stock market with these people because I would be like,
because when you're in Vegas,
$75, I'll do it right now.
They have casinos in the airport in Vegas. It's not like you're sitting there with nothing to do.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Sometimes I'll even give you a place to
They
stay.
started $3,500 to get off the flight and fly in 40 fucking minutes.
Yeah. Yep. Every time.
I do it.
I'll do it every time.
Heartbeat.
Yes, I'm like.
Plus, I have to go. Plus, I have to come home later, so that's always a plus.
The fact these people had solidarity to hang in there, my lord.
But I think there should be mandatory hygiene on, like they should be handing out little miniature deodorant sticks and stuff.
Just the spray, just spray people.
Yeah, like
my flight back from Vegas that was also already terrible. There was people. So Frontier, you have to buy a seat or get assigned a seat, and there's no other word. 2 crackheads were just there, and they were just like, the only seats available that you can have is like the fucking row that you can open the door and the tube goes down. Yeah, the exit row.
I love the exit row.
So me too. That's why I took it. And they got a sign across from us, and they're like, "Can you assist in the emergency landing?" And they're like, "What you mean we gonna crash?"
Oh God.
And they're like, "No, can you assist in that?" And like, I don't know. I gotta talk to my lawyer. And they're like, "Look, these are the only seats. You either like whatever." And like, I want to talk to my lawyer about that. Then I'm like, my lord, shut the fuck up. And the woman, this is not a joke. The woman was in a fucking 2-piece bikini with like a fucking shitty like lounging robe in the airport and then the entire flight home. And they wouldn't shut the fuck up the whole
You
time.
need to be comfortable when you fly.
Was she bikini worthy?
Oh, Al. The only way I could describe her is
No.
a Ninja Turtle action figure.
Oh, all shell and tiny head, huh?
Muscular calves.
That's another thing they should start
Heroes in a
policing.
half shell.
Like
Turtle, no shower.
I used to believe myself to be a bit of a hero. For when I went to the beach, I would wear a t-shirt, and I feel myself to be a hero for that reason, because I don't think I should subject my fellow man to this.
Wow.
I'm
Just saying.
I'm doing that precision kettlebells thing, and I am taking it very seriously. So we had to do.
Well, once the precision kettlebells kick in, then maybe I will then allow you to bask in the glory of me. But right now, no glory.
We had to
No
take
glory.
before pictures because the after pictures in 16 weeks. They want to compare them, and I'm very sure for the before pictures, I am going to put the black sensor bar over my tits.
You have to.
Yeah.
Free the nipple.
Yeah, that doesn't sound proactive. But yeah, I believe that you should be kicked off a plane for stinkiness.
I think you can. There's probably
I literally,
been
for 45
instances
minutes,
where you can, but if you're just not wearing, I don't know.
You ever smell your own finger when something smelled bad? Just like do this, just so you can smell the shit around
Just
you.
to block it out.
Just smell your own skin.
Yeah.
My own sins.
No.
I remember her.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I don't want to tell this story. I'm not. I'm not.
Oh.
There was one time. I'm not going to give a time
I
frame.
really had to twist his arm, didn't I, Kerri?
There was.
Tell it.
There was one
right.
time. Let's just say pre-pandemic, probably many years for the pandemic, where I was with a certain lady, and we got into hand stuff, and
whose hands went where?
She was tired, so she stuck around at the place, and I was like, I'm not gonna miss hanging out with my fucking friends, dudes, bros over hoes. So I left and went to a certain bar, and I'm like telling people, I'm like, yeah, guys, fucking super cool. I'm like, cheers, guys, and then like picked up my beer and dropped it. I'm like, oh, because I smelled my own hand.
Do we know this person?
Add that to the list of people. I asked
Yeah.
Kerri was there, by the way.
Wait.
Feeling that I was.
Kerri was okay. Kerri was in the bar with you, is what you're saying.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
You weren't.
Yeah,
okay.
she was not the one who degraded my knuckles.
That's pretty bad.
Yes, I just want the public to know.
It's pretty bad that people can actually degrade your knuckles.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
There's someone out there for everyone.
Your snatch did not require a manicure afterwards.
It's nice.
Put that on Tinder.
How do you not smell that?
What a
If
pussy! I didn't smell it.
As your own vagina, or
People get nose blind.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's the real thing. You get nose
If
blind.
I had a funky sack to the point that it smelled like that was permeating from my underwear, then I would be like, "Oh, dude, I need to go wash my balls."
You're clean. People aren't.
Well, la-di-da!
Yeah,
Oh, little miss, my sack smells, so I'm gonna shower. Well, la-di-da, Mr. I moved to Springfield, Mr. Hoity-toity. Now it's a nice shower on the reg. And I wipe properly. Well, fucking, how's the weather up on that pedestal, Al?
So true. I've gotten I actually
fucking sell out.
So I had to quickly register the kids for school.
Yes.
Because we moved in. We made settlement a week ago. Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Or now, because it's after midnight technically.
Fresh.
So a week
I
ago.
don't do that math. 6 days ago, you
Yeah.
fucking moved there.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Well, I didn't move there. I made settlement, and we had to call Pico right away and say, "Can you send us a bill, even if it's for nothing?"
I can give you some of mine if you need one.
To prove that it's our
residence.
Even though the tons of mortgage papers that I signed and the money that I put out wasn't enough to prove that I live there. But let's not get caught up in details. So we have to go and meet and bring the kids there and register them and do it all real quick and yada yada yada. So I'm sitting there and I'm being typical Al. Making jokes and trying to be the charming person that you guys have known and loved.
Charming.
Yes. Yeah.
Charming. Non-stinky.
Is one of your kids going to ETR?
No, not yet. Michael will be in Sabled Elementary because we only have two. Sabled.
I was a behavior therapist at ETR. Kerri was the same job.
Mm-hmm. Not at ETR though.
Just remember, we're molding your youth.
By the way, Springfield High School.
We were like 25 at the time too.
Yeah, you were the youth still. But the new Springfield High School is awesome. I'm jealous of what they got there.
Yeah, I don't know why they needed a new one because the old one was still the nicest high school I've ever been.
Well, this one is super nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so I'm up there and she goes, "Oh, you guys literally just signed?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, welcome to Springfield." I'm like, "Thanks." I'm like, when does the privilege kick in?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well," I'm like, "I'm just wondering when is my Springfield privilege?" Making a Springfield joke, not remembering I'm in the middle of Clifton Heights anymore. And I said, "When do I get? Does it come in the mail?
There's no self-awareness.
Do I get a certificate? How do I actually get said privilege?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, that's funny." I'm like, "Guys, you're not going to school here
So
anymore."
I'm in Harlan. I was like, when could I say the N-word?
Sell the house.
Looks like we got to move again. Yeah, she did not take too kindly to that.
Well, it sounds like she's awful.
I think she kind of figured it out that it was all in good fun.
What's her name?
I don't really remember.
She hot?
No, she was very homely.
Homely?
Not homeless.
Yeah, no, yeah, total difference.
Homely and no
So
sense
just
of
touch
humor.
yourself a
Good.
little
Was
bit. When I say
her
that.
was her kid who's probably going to be a future date rapist? How many years have you been playing lacrosse?
Oh, she had you
Which,
jest.
by the way, is like my go-to insult because that cuts fucking throats, but it's so true.
You jest, but on her desk was a kid in a lacrosse.
Yes, of course there
Al,
was.
of
Springfield
course.
lacrosse, yeah.
And right next to it was the indictment
Mhm.
and the trial date.
And the box that was under her desk was hiding all the evidence.
100%,
Yeah,
man.
I get it.
Just holding it.
That's where her privilege kicked in. I just
Rape shield goes both ways, Hal, in the court of law.
I just want to know, when do I get my Springfield privilege?
Yeah.
It's in the mail.
Well, it was funny because somebody made the joke kind of that way to me. He goes, "Do you get the silver spoon at the house, or does it come later?"
Yeah.
Springfield isn't even like that rich.
It's
They
not.
just care.
It's
Like,
not.
that's
It's
one
actually-
thing I like the most.
It's
about
actually what it's been like. It's kind of weirdly refreshing because from the second I went to just to look at the house, I was one of the first people to look at this house that I bought, and we were walking up the driveway to walk in the house, and somebody drove by. I live 3 doors down. It's a great neighborhood.
That's really what they threw out there.
Yeah, like driving by, I'm like, oh, well, that's.
Then you go, oh my god, another walrus is loose.
Yeah, no.
As if a house in Springfield wasn't going to sell immediately.
Yeah. So, and then when I was moving in, I met my neighbors on either side. I met a couple people, and everybody. It's the same thing. It's like they were programmed to say this, that this is a great.
Oh, sure's a hot one today.
And as they were saying it, I was wondering if it was more of a warning
Yeah.
than
Step birdie.
Yeah, like this is a quiet.
Zafiri sounds a little ethnic to me.
Yeah.
Well, my neighbors are from China, so I don't think ethnicity is an issue. But
how groundbreaking!
Yes, but
it checks off one of the Springfield's boxes.
But there has been people who read my name wrong as Al Zafir and thought me to be of a different descent,
a Middle Eastern terrorist.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Said he's just from Clifton. That's all good.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh god, even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No, but it has been a first part. Number one thing, I haven't slept there yet. But being there like late at night, throwing stuff out.
Don't
and
know
all
if
that.
it's haunted.
Oh my god, have you rolled out diedinmyhouse.com?
Oh shit.
That was literally that's a real website. It's a real fucking thing that affects property value, and it was heavily advertised on
Diedinmyhouse.com.
Diedinhouse.com. It was a huge advertiser on SiriusXM when I was delivering pizza, so I'd hear that shit like 15 times a day. Diedinhouse.com. You know, if someone died in your house, it's going to seriously affect your thing. I'm like, oh god. So it's like if you have like an elderly person.
Has everyone tried diedinmyhouse.com? That literally just came up.
It's a real fucking thing, dude. And it's like accurate, which is gross.
Well, people have to die somewhere.
Right. Like, how'd you know that?
Well, it's funny that people say that because
there's a King of the Hill episode.
When we walked through the house and we really knew we liked it, there was a family.
So did Aunt Gertrude when she decided to fucking croak.
There was a family coming in to look at right behind us
with a Ouija board,
and I literally walked out the front door going, "It's a really great house. Too bad it's haunted."
Yeah.
As I went into my car, and like people were like, "Is this dude serious?" I'm like, Don's like, "You're an asshole."
Well, no.
It was plain. It was
a power move.
Power move. Like, that's what I said to her. That's literally what I said. So it was a power move. I was like, I was just trying to it's like the scene from Step Brothers where he's wrapped up in plastic. He's like, he just died last night.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to keep
clerks where they're wheeling out a dead body with a boner.
But-
Springfield is not bad, dude.
No, it's
the
not.
main
It's
line
not.
is fucking trash. Springfield is
They
really,
want to be the main line, but they're not.
They're not. I don't think they do.
Are they Delco? Is Springfield Delco?
100%.
100%.
100%. Springfield is a lot of. They're not even white collar. They're like upper class, like blue collar. A lot of high end contractors. A lot of high end construction workers. People who they do have their money, but they also just care about their fucking properties.
Yeah.
And to a lot of towns in this area, we see they mowed their grass today and they have a nice facade to their house. Fucking elitists.
Yeah, right.
Meanwhile, my chain link fence is falling down with not even my crack on the front porch. Like, what the
Somebody
fuck?
else's crack.
Yeah. The worst is stranger
But
crack.
like I said, the one weird thing is you guys knew where I lived, and there's a bar across the street. So On the weekends,
Put them on blast. Sack up.
The Rams Pizza Tavern or whatever it is now.
When was the last time you were in there?
Oh God, years. I went in there. They sold about 3, maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And whoever bought it just went on the cheap on everything.
Yeah.
The pizza wasn't the same anymore.
The pizza was literally, and I'm not joking. Throw Picas in there, throw fucking Gaetanos, throw Seminaries in there. Rams Pizza Tavern was legitimately my favorite pizza of all time.
It was really good pizza.
And that now it's fucking shit. And I don't like to throw a business on the bus, but I went there about 2 years ago for a meeting with legit sponsors for Delco Day. We wanted to go to the Clam Tavern, got there a little late, so we had to get on the street. This was about bringing money in for cancer charity and all that shit. Got kind of want to woo them. Remember, we wanted the Clam Tavern, didn't get it. So went down there. I'm like, dude, it's a great place. I was going here from 2011 to, whenever the pandemic. I walked in there. This is exactly what happened. You can sue me for fucking libel because I can prove it.
It's not libel, then. It's fact.
You can still smoke in there, that sucks already, but whatever, I get it. It's a bar. That was always a tough bar with smoking because they don't have a smoke eater. It was already a rough one. They now have just cigars being smoked everywhere, so it's shitty.
That's bad.
I know that gambling goes on in places. There was 2 full-fledged gambling, like shitty things set up in corners with poker games and blackjack going on. A craps game being played on the floor. And then there was more than 2, I believe it was 3, it could have been 4, very aggressive dogs in there on leashes, barking at each other like they're about to kill each other, to the point where I said, holy shit, is there a dog fighting ring going on downstairs? It's almost like the employees weren't even serving. Like, another thing, disturbing, let's say there's 15 people in there, all doing their own vices or whatever, I can get that. I don't think I saw a single fucking beer being sold. I think this was just a clubhouse for like other vices at that point.
Yeah.
It was very much like the Always Sunny episode where they're like doing Russian roulette and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this? It's
Well, number
like,
one is when I lived there originally, because I was there for 16 years. It was people from Clifton and surrounding areas. Because I can tell you this much: at the end of the night, of course, you're gonna get your drunk asshole. Oh my god! Like being loud.
You topped off Tommy after the fucking baptism. Ah!
But for the most part, people
before the brunching.
For the most part, people were like you would hear somebody else go, "Shut up! It's late. People are sleeping." The people come from are in there now aren't from even anywhere near Clifton Heights. Yeah. And they're loud, they're obnoxious on purpose, I think, at this point. Not caring, parking cars 3 deep in the street, revving their engines, just being assholes.
Forget it.
How many times I've gone out my door and just went crazy, just like, shut up. Called the cops.
Like you're saying, the collection of the one circling the drain of society is fucking nuts. One dog in a bar is weird. It's like, oh, a person's probably maybe out for a late night walk, want to come in and get a beer. There's one dog. I'm like, there's 4 dogs.
4
in
dogs
here,
is too many.
and they are all ready to fight.
Yeah,
and they are all of fighting breeds ready to go.
And anybody who lives in the Clifton Heights area, one thing you're used to hearing is at night and other parts of the day, the fire alarm that goes off and echoes throughout Clifton. Like I was there for 24 hours. I think maybe 5 cars drove up and down my street where I'm at. And I'm only minutes away from Baltimore Pike where my house is at. But it sits back and it's quiet. I'm not used to it yet.
It's fancy now. It's clean balls and it's quiet street.
Clean balls. Yeah. It's clean balls.
Clean balls and a quiet street.
I know. I just don't know what to do with myself.
A whole new ale.
The realtor handed me this thing called SOAP. You ever heard of it?
SOAP? That's all I have. And I think we're good.
That's all I fucking got.
Kerri, can I just point out how much I missed you?
Well, it's nice to be here.
Can we do this more often?
Sure.
I mean,
I gotta ask my mom if I'm allowed out.
Yes, Mom.
Gotta ask Mom. Gotta call.
We're going to Iceland next year.
Tell Jeff I'll get him the college football game, and maybe he'll sweeten the deal.
Wow, that would really.
Oh, you're going to join our league?
Really do it for him.
What?
The college football game? Fucking
no, I have 0 time to do anything like that.
He's got to.
Do you not have 25 minutes to get your ass beat by fucking Boise State?
I do miss one thing.
Let's go Broncos.
I do miss one thing. Holbrook's stories, how he would just trash talk the shit out of people and to do his post game interviews after playing
And then
Madden.
lose 63-0 while
Yeah.
talking shit. Yeah. Trust me, that's going to start again because NCAA.
By the way, we
start.
should start recording that.
NCAA starts next week. I'm in 2 leagues that start next week.
So the game, it's the actual game. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Al, this 37-year-old fucking obese loser did not get a scholarship to go back to school to play for the back then.
Really?
Yeah, shockingly.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a video game because I'm a fucking.
Well, I
slob.
wasn't sure if you meant just fantasy college football or something in versus.
No, it's the game.
And you're the Boise State.
One on Boise State, the other one on Maryland.
So you have to play how many games a week then?
You have to get your game against your opponents done in 3 days.
It's actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
I've never done a video game version of it.
16 games, so you have 3. And if
How do you
everyone's done, if
do you
everyone's done
build
the
a
first day, you
team?
move up.
Do you build the team or do you pick the school?
You're stuck with the team. You get first, then you do the recruiting.
Oh,
and
how's
you
that
recruit
work?
like imaginary players, but they're like out of a draft class.
Like, could I go make a player that's just like fucking souped up and like impossible to beat?
No, there's like a pool that everyone shares, and you got to woo these imaginary people. Like if George is just like, oh,
Holbrook's got a hot tub of imaginary like college chicks waiting to woo these college.
I'm actually excited to see how that goes. So it's like, Boise State's pretty low on the fucking thing. Like if Georgia is just like, oh, come be a linebacker.
Holbrook handing out hand jibbers.
Yeah, and I'll be like, I'll buy you a house. I'll fuck your mom. Like,
yeah, that I just what was that movie? He Got Game. Did you ever see that one with Jesus Shuttlesworth?
No, but I hope that's one of the names they picked.
Denzel Washington. They were trying to. He was like the best high school basketball player, and their colleges were recruiting him. And like he's in college, and there's like 3 naked chicks in the bed. They're like, is this part of the tour?
That's the worst thing. Is so like
it's so true
with sports games like that. They used to just have like random names assigned, and sometimes they didn't ethnically match up.
Oh.
Maybe like an Asian kid, and the name would be like Mustafa McConnell, like shit like that. And it was just always wrong.
Great show that's not on the air anymore, but I still go back and binge every so often. Was Blue Mountain State?
Yeah, great show.
And it was funny as hell, but weirdly probably too true for words. Like the things, I think it was a little over the top in certain areas, but it probably happened more often than not. Some of the stuff that happened.
Some shit that became a problem later and came out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's boys will be boys. And like, that's a real problem. Like, yeah, you're right. It always was.
Yeah.
It just used to be fun.
But other than that, guys, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I want to thank Fat Cow Jerky. That's right, Fat Cow Jerky, utterly perfect jerky. One of my favorite flavors is pickle. They also have bacon now.
Mustafa McConnell's favorite one, too. You can get him in for fucking Chinese New Year.
There you go. Fat Cow Jerky. Go to Facebook, Instagram, or fatcowjerky.com, or find them in their local stores. And you can find out what stores at fatcowjerky.com.
Roma Deli, dude.
Roma Deli's got them. Yeah, that's right. Workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury, criminal, all life-changing moments. You need a man with the guns to do the job, and that's David R. Cherry. That's right. Call them at 610-565-0300. Go to cherryinjurylaw.com. And don't forget to head over to Dolan's Bar for some adult beverages. 10 PJ, that's right, dolansbar.com. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Dolansbar.com at 24 East Sellers Avenue in the 19078 Ridley Park. Kerri, please, can we make this more often? I missed you.
Hey, man. I missed you guys.
Well, she's one for one since we asked her to do it, Al.
Yeah.
So,
Keep it going.
The proposition was, are you bored? I can't remember last time I was bored, but that didn't change things.
Hey, remember what it's like doing a podcast with Al and
Leaving
me?
my home alone.
Oh, God. But again, thank you, Holbrook. Keep it up, buddy. And Kerri, tell we all take care of that family, and we'll see you guys all next time.